Hey, how you doing? This is Shooting the Breeze. My name is Breeze, Shooting the Breeze is a show I created, where people can talk about life issues, things that's going on, topics, any type of topics that make you think, and more importantly, topics that make us unify as a nation and as human beings. So this is unscripted, this is unedited, you know what I'm saying? So what comes out my mouth, I don't know what's going to come out my mouth. It just comes out as I think of it, you know what I'm saying? And, past couple days for me has been a little hectic, you know what I'm saying? So, being as though I've been going through a little bit of things in life, you know what I'm saying? It came to this point, episode 4, you know what I'm saying? And it made me think about a lot of things, including one of the things I think about is leadership, you know what I'm saying? 4th of July just went past. For you guys that are into 4th of July, happy Independence Day. We all should be into 4th of July because as American citizens, you know what I'm saying, that was a day for us, you know what I'm saying, that our independence was motherfucking gained, you know what I'm saying? Even whether you were white or black or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. Even though black people went through a couple little extra things before, you know what I'm saying, a different type of independence was claimed, you know what I'm saying, that's Independence Day for this nation, you know what I'm saying, so that's a day for all of us, regardless if our independence was on that day, to celebrate our independence all together, you know what I'm saying, so for that, you know what I'm saying, it is a good day to celebrate independence, but it was also a day that made me think, you know what I'm saying, and made me think about, even though we are independent or supposed to be the land of the free, you know what I'm saying, how much independent are we really, you know what I'm saying, and how much of in a box are we, you know what I'm saying, how much leadership and representation do we have to represent our causes and our agendas and our gripes and our griefs and everything like that, you know what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying, like I've been pondering a lot, you know what I'm saying, and for those of you who watch episodes 1, 2, and 3, you know what I'm saying, let me make something clear, you know what I'm saying, my thoughts and my philosophies are not actual facts, you know what I'm saying, so don't take it as such, you know what I'm saying, I'm not trying to start no gospel or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying, these are just thoughts, you know what I'm saying, to maybe spark something in your head, you know what I'm saying, and maybe you'll be the one to come along and be that leader that'll unify the nation like how we need it to be unified. Maybe you'll be the one that come along, you know what I'm saying, and could bring a lot of peace to a lot of different communities that need peace, you know what I'm saying, that's reeking of havoc, you know what I'm saying, that's reeking of a lot of problems that they just don't know how to solve. Maybe you'll come along and be that problem solver, and that's my agenda with these shows, you know what I'm saying. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, even the last time we was talking about Moses and how he led this nation, you know what I'm saying, and the Bible all together collectively in episodes 1, 2, and 3, we've been talking about how the Bible is the greatest example on how a nation should conduct itself, you know what I'm saying, nothing more, nothing less, you know what I'm saying. This man Moses, you know what I'm saying, could be compared to, in our terminology today in America, he could be compared to the first president of the United States. That's what Moses was to the nation of Israel at that time. He was something like the first president, you know what I'm saying? And the laws that he established, or the commandments that he established, was like the Constitution of our day, you know what I'm saying? That was the Constitution of their time, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, he was given a message over and over for God to make sure you constantly teach these people these laws, these national laws, and these national commandments, you know what I'm saying, because that way the whole nation will flourish as a people and prosper, you know what I'm saying, economically, you know what I'm saying, and it's the same thing for us over here today in America, you know what I'm saying, for us, you know what I'm saying, to unify and become one and get the chaos down and to get the organization together, you know what I'm saying, it'll help us flourish and prosper as a nation, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to everybody having a all for self mentality, because nobody could do it just by itself, you know what I'm saying. We'll be like crabs in a bucket, everybody pulling everybody down, and we don't need to have that mentality. And this is why understanding what a leader is or what it represents a representative is very important. You know what I'm saying? And the United States of America, according to the script that they have, has one of the best examples of what a representative should be. A representative is a public servant. You know what I'm saying? He or she is the one that serves her community, serves her city, serves her nation or his nation the most. You know what I'm saying? They are the one who tackles the rough problems. You know what I'm saying? They are the one who goes the extra mile that anyone else is not willing to go. You know what I'm saying? This is a true definition of a leader, you know what I'm saying, or a representative, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people today are not, you know what I'm saying, following, or a lot of representatives that we have are not following the script, you know what I'm saying, and what the script lays out for them to be, you know what I'm saying, the format, you know, and it's saddening, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is looking for gain or way to profit over how to make things better, you know what I'm saying? And stuff, not realizing when you make things better for all of us, you make things better for yourself as well, you know. And a little example out of the Bible, you know what I'm saying, something, you know, in the Bible when Moses was leading the people and he led them out of Egypt, you know what I'm saying, and he came into on the other side of the river, you know what I'm saying, before the people went into the promised land, the nation went into the promised land, you know what I'm saying. He established the like how we have a judicial system, you know what I'm saying? But the judicial system consisted of him, you know what I'm saying, and him alone, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. And when Jethro, his father-in-law, came along and seen what was going on, he explained to him and said, yo, man, you got too much on your shoulders, bro. Like, you can't carry all that weight by yourself. All the problems of these people you trying to solve, you gonna wear yourself out, you know what I'm saying? Let the people help you, you know what I'm saying, in these avenues. And we can go right here, you know what I'm saying. This is Exodus chapter 18, and we're going to start at verse 13 just to read a little bit, you know what I'm saying. It says, and so it was on the next day that Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood before Moses from morning until evening. So when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did for the people, he said, yo, man, what is this thing that you doing for the people? Why do you sit alone? And all the people stand before you from morning to evening. And Moses said to his father-in-law, because the people come to me to inquire about God. And when they have difficulties, they come to me, and I judge between their situations. And I make it known the statutes and the laws, and I apply it to their situations. You know what I'm saying? So Moses' father-in-law said to him, the thing that you do is not good. Both you and these people who are with you will surely wear yourselves out, because this thing is too much for you. You are not able to perform this all by yourself. Now listen to me so I can give you some counsel, and may God be with me and stand before God and for the people, so that it may bring the difficulties to God. You know what I'm saying? And you shall teach them the statutes and the laws, and show them the way in which they must walk and the work they must do. Moreover, you shall select from all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place them such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, and rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens, and let them judge the people at all times. Then then it will be that every great matter they shall bring to you, but every small matter they themselves shall judge. So it will be easier for you, because they will bear the burden with you. You know what I'm saying? So boom, right there, the man helped Moses establish a better judicial system, a better government system for that nation at that time. And this is something that America is running with as well, where we got the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch, you know what I'm saying? And each branch handles a separate piece of the law, you know what I'm saying? Down to the people, and your mayors, and your community leaders, and so on and so forth. Everybody has a position to play in order to make this nation run smoothly, you know what I'm saying? But when one of us is not playing our position, or when one of us feel as though we bigger than the script, you know what I'm saying, and we feel as though like we could do this one thing by ourselves, you know what I'm saying, this is when the nation starts to crumble. You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes burdensome, not just for the people, you know what I'm saying, but for that person that's trying to play this dual position. You know what I'm saying? It's a must that you gotta let people play their positions, you know what I'm saying, in order for the nation to properly function the way it's supposed to function. You know what I'm saying? And just to touch on a little bit other things, you know what I'm saying? Last time we left off, you know what I'm saying, with the last episode, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we was talking about leadership, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. And we was talking about this nation, you know what I'm saying, and how this nation was. And this nation wasn't no easy nation to deal with for God, you know what I'm saying? They was a rough nation. Mind you, they came out of slavery, you know what I'm saying, into this situation that they got brought into, you know what I'm saying? So mind you, these people were not educated, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have no wealth, so they wasn't accustomed to the finer things in life or finer living, you know what I'm saying? These were basically people at that time that had very little civilization. You know what I'm saying? So it was the people with very little civilization being civilized. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, God did have a lot of difficulties with them. You know what I'm saying? To the point, he even told them, like, look, man, I'm going to send y'all into this promised land that I promised to your ancestors, but don't think for 1 minute it's because y'all are so holy that I'm sending y'all into this nation. Fuck no, that's not why you going in there. You going in there because of the promise that I made, you know what I'm saying? And because of what these people were doing over here, you know what I'm saying? But don't think for 1 minute that y'all better than these people, because y'all some stiff-necked jokers. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gave me a problem ever since I came out of Egypt, you know what I'm saying? And just to prove that, we could go to motherfucking Deuteronomy 9, you know? Pardon the little cursing and stuff, you know. I know for those that get offended, oh my God, he's cursing, well, he got the Bible. Come on, man, grow up and stuff. But we got Deuteronomy 9, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. And this is what it says. Hear, Israel, you about to cross over the Jordan today and go into dispossessed nations greater and mightier than yourself, cities great and fortified up to heaven, a people great and tall, the descendants of the Anakim, whom you know, whom you heard it said, who could stand before the descendants of Anak. Therefore understand the day that the Lord your God is he who goes over before you as a consuming fire. He will destroy them and bring them down before you, so you shall drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Lord has said to you. Do not think in your heart after the Lord has cast them out before you, saying, because it was because of my righteousness the Lord has brought me in to possess this land. No, but it is because of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord is driving them out before you. It's not because of your righteousness or the uprightness of your heart that you go in to possess their land, but because of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord your God drives them out from before you, and that he might fulfill the words which the Lord swore to your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Therefore understand the Lord your God is not giving you this good land to possess because of your righteousness. For you are a stiff-necked people. You know what I'm saying? Remember, and do not forget how you provoked the Lord your God to anger in the wilderness. From the day that you departed from the land of Egypt until you came to this place, you have been rebellious against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So right there, you know what I'm saying? It breaks down to everyone that even these people don't think, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm pointing this out so we can get some understanding with this book, and you can see that, you know, this book is very realistic to understand, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing fearful in this book that people should be fearing about life. Oh, if I don't do these commandments, something's going to happen to me, and all this other goofy stuff, you know what I'm saying? So get that out your head and really understand this, really ponder upon life, you know what I'm saying? But time is about to be up, so next go round we'll go into things a little bit more. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like I said, unscripted, unedited, so you know what I'm saying? Tonight I'm feeling a little down and out, but we're going to do it anyway, you know what I'm saying, that my mood is in, because it's unscripted and unedited, you know what I'm saying? And this is what life is about, the ups and the downs. Shooting the breeze.